What's up, dudes? Nothing, man. Damn, I'm having. Oh wait, I know. Oh shit. There we go. Yeah, I got nothing, dude. I got nothing, man. Oh, fuck. Oh man, come on. Fucking people, bro. So this is my my live podcast. This is live. Coming to you live from the Angry Hobo Lair. There's nothing to talk about. I don't know what there's nothing going on. The Epstein thing is so big in the news, right? What is this? Oh, come on, man. Come on. So, I don't know. There's nothing. I can't find anything on the, I can go and show you the same thing over and over. It's the same story over and over, I mean, I can continue talking about it, I suppose, but you gotta think of it in terms of like thirds, top 10%, middle 80%, and the lowest 10%. And that's what else? I don't know what else is there, I don't know. Well, that is it, you do. They're telling you do. The Epstein story, that's the top 10%. So you got to think of it that way. What's the story? What's the story today? I could go and do my little videos, say, okay, what's the story today? It's always the same. The evil top 10%ers are at it again. What else is? So I don't know, man. I mean, you can talk about the ethereal, the unseen, what's going on in the unseen world. Well, I mean, that's fine. But it's all speculative. It's all speculation. If I don't see it, well then how the fuck do I know? How the fuck am I gonna know? I can speculate. And who's gonna it's all the same. It's all the same. It's all the same. Anyhow, so whatever. Oh, well, so yeah, I would like to go back into, might as well, the top 10%, the middle 8%, and the lowest 10%. I think people kind of I think it's easy to misunderstand what I'm saying. And partly because there's so much it's hard to talk about everything in even a 40-minute video. I mean, because it's complex, and because of this, it's very easy to misunderstand me, What's my point? Because a lot of people think my point is that I'm saying that the lowest 10% are the good ones. And see, that's what this is all about. Is about who are the good ones? Well, the Jews are the bad ones. Who are the good ones? Well, the top 10% are the bad ones. Well, who are the good ones? Well, the lowest 10% are the bad ones. Okay, well, who are the good ones? See, the implied narrative, it's a scripted conversation. It's a scripted conversation. It's like, if all I do is tell you who all the bad people are, well then what I'm doing is I'm scripting this narrative for you to lead you to the conclusion. And if the scripted narrative I'm always pushing is that The top 10% are the evil bad ones, and the lowest 10% are the evil bad ones. And that's the story. Ebony, 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 ebony. That's all, folks. You see, that's a scripted narrative that leads you to the implied conclusion. And they repeat the same story every day, all day, nonstop. The top 10%ers are the evil ones, and the lowest 10%ers are the evil ones. Ebony, 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 ebony. That's all, folks. More often than not, the ones pointing out the clown show are the fucking clowns themselves, dude. It's so that, you know what I mean? And so like, if someone like me challenges this narrative where I say, no, that's not true. Oh, the top 10% are the evil ones and the lowest 10% are the evil ones. That's not what the story, that's not the truth. That's like, that's the same as like me saying Black Lives Matter. That's all, folks. Black Lives Matter. That's all, folks. Well, no, it isn't. That's not the whole story, that Black Lives Matter. And you know that's not the whole story. Because if all lives matter, well, then Black Lives Matter is a false statement. If all lives matter, then the story isn't that Black Lives Matter, because all lives matter. Right? But you can't see. This is just an example of a faction of people pushing a piece of shit narrative. And anybody who challenges that narrative is a racist. Like, you got this massive faction of people pushing this scripted fake story that Black Lives Matter and ebony, that's all, folks. And then if anybody says, wait a second, that doesn't sound, that's not what's going on, then you're a racist. It's stupid. Well, it's the same. Like if I say 80 percenters lives matter, right? That's not what's going on here. But see, that's the story. Okay, so the story is, this is how they tell you this. It's the same as Black Lives Matter. 80 percenters lives matter. Well, if all lives matter, then that's not the story. But see, they keep telling you that that's the story. The evil top 10 percenters and the evil lowest 10 percenters. Ebony. That's all, folks. What's the next headline? Black Lives Matter. Ebony. That's all, folks. No. So if I say, that's not true. That's not true that the top 10% are the evilest people, and then the lowest 10% are the evilest people, and that's the big story, and that's what's going on, everybody. And we'll see you in the next news show, you know. We're bringing you the truth because we're the Corvette Report. Like, this is gay, bro. It's like, wait, and if somebody like is like, dude, that's not what's going on. That's not what this is all about, right? Then they'll accuse you, oh, so you're defending the Epsteins? You're defending Fauci and Bill Gates and Epstein and Trump and Biden. You're defenders. You're defending them. It's like, what? Or the other, oh, you're just defending the homeless. You're one of those libtards that's trying to fight for homeless rights, you know, or what? It's like, no. I'm just saying that story's stupid, dude. I know what you're doing. By telling me that the top 10% and the lowest 10% are the evil people that are causing all the problems, that's the exact same thing as saying that the middle 80% are the best people in the world. And that's not that's not what's going on here, dude. Like okay, I'll put it to you this way. If the 80 percenters are the best people in the world, they're also the worst people in the world. You know, it's a paradox, you know. If all the best people in the world come from the middle 80%, I guarantee you all the worst people in the world also come from the middle 80%. You know. But anyways, I understand if you're sick of me talking about the top 10%, the middle 80%, and the lowest 10%, but like what else is there? What else is there? There's invisible interdimensional beings and invisible racism and invisible COVID and invisible vaccine genocides. Like what is... But no, I'm not saying that the lowest 10% are the best people in the world. It's all relative. It's all relative. Again, you have to think of it in thirds. Like you got the top 10, the middle 80, the lowest 10. It's all relative. There's just as many pieces of shit, relatively speaking, in the middle 80% as there is in the top 10% and the lowest 10%. And in a general way. Now, if there is one of these three that is the bad apples, is definitely the top 10%. But so what? Okay, so that means what then? What does that mean? Well, that would mean that riches breeds corruption. That would prove the rule that riches breeds corruption. But then why is everybody... So if riches breeds corruption, why is everybody chasing money all the time? Why not just quit your job if riches breeds corruption? Anyways, it's just dumb. It's just all dumb. It's all stupid. What's mind-blowing to me is that this story is pumped out like 24/7. Like, how is that not Soviet Union levels of communism, communist media? How is that any different than like living in the Soviet Union and just being fucking bombarded by this wall of propaganda 24/7 of just nothing but just bullshit, you know? It's the same. But America is still the greatest country in the whole... At least America is still the greatest... Where's to prove it? Somebody prove to me that this is the truth, that America is still the greatest country. Where? Isn't that why everybody's upset with Israel and the Jews? Is because Israel and the Jews claim that they're the best country in the whole wide universe? Wow. So let me get this straight. So you got all these people all over the internet that they're upset because the Jews are saying that the Jews in Israel are the greatest people and country in the whole wide universe, right? But then isn't that what America is? Well, at least America is still the best country in the whole wide universe. See, that's pot calling the kettle black. It's okay for America and Americans to say that America is the greatest country in the whole wide universe. But if the Jews say that Israel is the greatest country, well then that's the evil Jews. Those are the Jewish space lasers that are shooting. It's just gay, dude. It's gay. And see, and if I say this, then those people will say I'm a Jew apologist. Like I'm on the side of the Jews. No, I'm not. I like going back to Lord of the Rings and Fangorn. What did Treebeard say? I'm not on anybody's side because nobody's on my side. What did that Guns N' Roses song? The lyrics is, I don't need your civil war. It feeds the rich while it buries the poor. Like I don't know why. So if I'm not buying this, fucking drinking this Jim Jones Kool-Aid on how Israel is the most evilest country in the whole wide universe because the Jews are the top 10%ers they're the ones, you know. And I'm questioning this, like, nah, that just sounds like more bullshit to me, dude. That's just as much bullshit as if somebody were to tell me America is still the greatest country in the whole wide world. That same person that says that is the same person that's screaming and foaming at the mouth because the Jews are saying that the Jews in Israel are the greatest country in the whole wide world. Like, It and it never ends, bro. It never ends. Nobody will just shut the fuck up, bro. Just shut up about all this, dude. What is this? It's a fucking clown show. You know, and then I could talk about viable, healthy alternatives, but nobody cares, dude. Look, bro. Look, bro. Nobody cares about healthy, viable alternatives. In a general way, people don't care. You see, it's like, let me put it to you like this. When you're talking about healthy, viable alternatives, okay? It's like if I see a guy that's all totally strung out on fentanyl, and he's doing the fentanyl fucking ooh. And I try to tell him, you know, there are healthy, viable alternatives to being addicted to fentanyl. It's like stop using fentanyl, you know, like try to get some help to get off fentanyl. I mean, there's got to be some way, right? But does the fentanyl addict want viable, healthy solutions? No. You know, the truth means responsibility. That's why everybody hates it. And like I said, the middle 80% are addicted to being showered with accolades and praise and having their biases confirmed all the time. It's a drug for them. And so for me to talk about healthy, viable alternatives, people don't want the truth because the truth means responsibility. That's why everybody hates it. And so if I talk about the truth about healthy, viable alternatives, nobody's going to listen. If it bleeds, it leads. This is why if it bleeds, it leads. Healthy, viable alternatives are not about, you know, blood and guts and a baby's body parts flying all over the place, you know, and 16 people getting fucking run over by Alibaba, dothead Alibaba driving a semi, you know. If it bleeds, it leads. So if I were to do a channel, and not that I care, I don't care about views, subscribers in a general way. It's like, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't seem to anyways. But like if I were to just do a channel where all I talked about was healthy, viable alternatives, I would get less views than I do already, bro. The truth means responsibility. That's why everybody hates it. So like viable, healthy alternatives mean responsibility. Holding oneself accountable, being responsible, and that's why everybody hates. That's why only the bloody stories lead. If it bleeds, it leads. So I don't know, man. Anyway, I'm just bullshitting. I just turn on the camera, bullshitting, because there ain't nothing. There's like, dude, I have a bunch of time off, right? Like, I've got like, you know, my job ended October 31st, and then I've had nothing but time off this whole time, and so I spend a lot of time looking at, like, you know, what's the big talk on the platforms, and it's the big story is that, you know, Bill Gates is at it again. You know, the pandemic 2.0 is coming. You know, the poor, innocent, victimized middle 80% are being victimized yet again, and the lowest 10%, that we need to get them. They're stealing all the EBT cookies and bicycles. You know, that's all it is. Anyways, so that's it. We'll see you, boys.